have the obligation to give back to my community and help those small business owners prosper.
We celebrate dedication.
You get up early, 25 years, no sick, no holidays, no, vacations. Gotta hustle, they gotta keep the grind, and I think that's what our heritage is.
We celebrate culture.
My dreams are, to bring the sport in the U.S. To the level that it is in Mexico.
Keep playing the rhythm. I feel that mariachi music is not just music, it's a way of living,
We celebrate the future.
It's so important to make sure that our students, especially our Latino and Latina students, know that they're capable of achieving everything.
I still have that kid in me where it's like, oh, I'm actually doing this right now.
I want to help these kids become champions.
You're watching an Arizona's Family Special, celebrating Hispanic heritage.
Hello to you and thank you for joining us. I'm Vanessa Araiza. Hispanic Heritage Month highlights the contributions of Hispanic and Latino communities in America. It began as a week-long collaboration and celebration in 1968, expanding to a month in 1988. From the art, the community, the food, we are celebrating exceptional Arizonans who are making a difference, and we cannot forget about the music. Mariachi music, it dates back centuries. It is a sound that brings with it rich history, memories, and inside four walls at Maryvale High School, a collaboration connecting families.
Did we tune? Is everybody tuned? All right, cool. Before we get started, so let's warm up with golondrinas real quick, okay?
Inside this band room at Maryvale High School, the makings of a cohesive sound is underway.
Are we gonna make that same mistake again? No. Yeah, there we go.
And a little reinforcement from the band director. But what adds a little magic to this space is the history it is keeping alive.
It's changed some lives for sure, and even some, I don't want to go so far as to say family trees.
For 10 years, band director Michael Dominguez has shared his love of mariachi music with his students.
If your wrist is not in a good position, you're not going to be able to get those fingers out there. Can I borrow yours real quick?
Creating a collaboration of chords and culture.
I have a couple of students that have, my grandma wants me to learn this song, or my mom wants me to learn this song, and it's very special to them.
That's what makes the son, that cool stuff right there.
Try really hard to make sure that we were able to do that for them, because I know that, that's going to mean a lot for that mom to hear their son or daughter, singing their favorite song or whatever. And so there's definitely some connections there that may not have happened if they were just in marching band or jazz band.
Mariachi music is synonymous with the Mexican culture. Even more reason for Dominguez to make sure it doesn't become a lost art. And he says it's not. He can see it live on in the richness of the chords created by his students.
You keep playing the rhythm. I feel that mariachi music is not just music, it's a way of living, It's who you are and who you represent. It don't matter where you come from.
David Castillo doesn't simply hear the music.
It brings a lot of joyful moments, mariachi music. And to be honest, I feel kind of special when I'm playing it, I feel that I still have that Mexican memories that I still love.
A love that doesn't need words to be felt.
Music is a universal language that resonates with everyone. Like a barber wielding clippers, crafting melodies.
Hola, mi nombre es David Aranda. Trabajo por Bellevue Barbershop. Been open since 1953 in the Loma Linda neighborhood.
What does it mean to you to be a barber?
Me personally, it feels good. I like to talk to the customers. I like the interaction. I like the way I make them feel when they walk out the door. Either they're having a good day or a bad day. The people I work with, other barbers, they're awesome. And that's it. I never thought I always wanted to be a fireman, as a kid, a fireman. And one day I just got the scissors and just went at it, and I was like, this is what I want to do. And 25 years later, I'm still at it.
This passion, it started from watching someone in your life doing it. How did that come about?
My father, same way, he had 5 kids. So backyard, started with the scissors, and I asked him too, how did you become a barber? And he said he saw a commercial and he says, hey, I'm gonna give it a shot.
And being proud of your heritage and who you are, how has that been for you being in Arizona and being able to share that with your clients?
It's been tough, you know, Hispanics, you know, they gotta hustle, they gotta keep the grind, you know, and I think that's what our heritage is. I mean, you know, we hustle, we keep grinding, we don't wanna expect anything handed out, you know. And it's a very good accomplishment when you do it by yourself, you know, you get up early and, you know, 25 years, no sick, no holidays, no, you know, vacations, but I'm loyal to the shop.
Why was that important for you to keep this old school vibe here at this barbershop?
I guess, again, working with the generations, you know, the older barbers when I was a kid, I mean, I saw it and I saw the way the people came in and the smell, you know, the wild root, the lotions, the tonics, I mean, that was awesome. And I just felt that should just continue to keep it that way.
It's important to feel that connection between your barber, but also walking in a barbershop and having that safe space to be who you are.
Because, you know, they want to walk in with somebody that is there, you know, they can be able to speak, communicate with them and, you know, and feel welcome. Because I've had that before. Oh man, I've gone into shops and, you know, I'm afraid to ask for what I got because they're not going to understand. And they've came and they notice it's a Hispanic shop or Hispanic barbers working and they stay, you know, and they feel welcome.
Why is it so important to you to keep it?
To keep the memory, you know? Like I said, I don't want it to fade away, you know? God forbid some big company comes to buy us out and they tear it down, you know? And that'll break my heart, you know? And a lot of people, a lot of customers that have been coming in for years, we just want to keep it going for the 100 years.
Earlier this year, the city of Phoenix honored Hall of Fame boxer, 88-time silver medalist, and 6-time world champion Michael Carvajal. They dedicated the street that he grew up on by renaming it none other than Michael Carvajal Way. This is the same spot where you will find him at his 9th Street gym, continuing his passion. Gibby Parra takes us there.
Good, that's good. I always stay loyal to the soil. I mean, it's just like here where I live. I mean, I lived here on Fillmore Street my whole life.
When you speak of Arizona sports legends, Michael, born and raised in Phoenix, has to be the OG.
I'm always going to be like that. I'm always going to give back. I mean, that's just the way I am. You know, I'm from the neighborhood. So that's the way I stay, and that's just my lifestyle.
No bigger honor than being named pound for pound fighter of the world. I'm talking about the best of the best. But with all these world championships that Michael has won, 6-time world champion, what he wants to see from these kids are champions in life.
I've had a lot of experience with the boxing game, so I'm here to help him out and here to help him be world champions. Not only inside the ropes, but outside the ropes too.
While Michael takes care of the business in the ring, Laura is all business as they get ready to expand their reach and soon introduce a $50,000 scholarship program to be awarded to those in need of tuition assistance.
Laura's been a big reason for it. I mean, she helped me out a lot. See, I get emotional with that, but she's unbelievable. She keeps these kids in line.
It's a positive, like I said, positive peer involvement, safe environment. We are community advocates. We are able to connect them if they need nutritional assistance, if they need any kind of legal assistance, if they need school supplies, clothing. We are able to resource them and connect them, provide it for them ourselves, if not, connect them accordingly.
Michael always tells the story about his late father telling him he would be world champion and retire a world champion. With that premonition fulfilled, he now speaks life into those who enter the gym.
Duck after that hook, another hook. I want to help these kids become champions. And that's why I tell them, always have that in your mind. Look at yourself in the mirror, say, I'm a world champion, say, I love myself. This really works. You guys might think I'm crazy, but if you guys do it, you'll find out, because I did the same thing.
And by the way, Michael just celebrated his 58th birthday. He has had many offers for high-profile jobs. Even so, he continues to make a difference in his barrio. In fact, he's currently in the works to start a literacy program.
Arizona's family celebrates Hispanic heritage, introducing you to DJ Nina, making waves in the music industry while staying true to her Chicano culture.
I'm Simone Cucurulo. Coming up, we're taking you on a food tour of some of the hidden gems here in Phoenix. We'll introduce you to a digital creator who is showing us some of his favorite spots.
Celebrating Hispanic heritage, we're taking you into the sport of Mexican rodeo. Coming up, how the Meyer family is keeping the tradition alive.
You're watching an Arizona's Family Special, celebrating Hispanic heritage. You're watching an Arizona's Family Special, celebrating Hispanic heritage.
The disc jockey industry has mostly looked and sounded the same for generations, but one Chicana is breaking the mold, hoping to inspire other girls who look like her to hone in on the craft. Alexis Dominguez brings us a story of a 20-year-old Valley DJ.
With 2.3 million Latinos in Arizona, the history of immigrants, Mexican Americans, and Chicanos runs deep in the state's past and present. It's the same community where Angelina Garza, aka DJ Nina, got her start, growing up in Phoenix to a Mexican mom and a Mexican American dad. She now spins soulful blues and funky 80s beats.
My mom would listen to a lot of Spanish music because she's from Mexico. My little sister, she was just random with her music. It was Little Rob, Amy Winehouse to like some really, really deep oldies, especially my dad and my older sister. Everyone had a different genre and it just kind of like all impacted me all at once.
Although she plays oldies, she's not new at spinning.
I always say I started at 10 years old because that was when the thought process came in.
DJ Nina. But to understand Nina's love for music, you have to understand her childhood. Growing up around her dad's lowrider and car shows.
The car show scene is what grew me. I was always real shy. I just stayed in the lowrider because I didn't really want to be a part of like too much crowd. But the music always like made everything better for me. It made the experience. I looked around and it was a cultural thing too.
Her Chicano upbringing is ingrained in not only her gigs, but her sense of style.
Seeing her dressed up in FB County and like how I used to dress when we were younger, it kind of like brings like a blast from the past, I guess you would say. I'm glad that she's doing this for our culture, you know, for Mexicans and Chicanos, and yeah, she kept up in that.
Exactly a decade after starting her career, cue the laptop,
look at the basic one,
turntables,
there we go,
and the needle on the vinyl records. She's playing for crowds made up of thousands of people.
Currently, every weekend I'm booked. Like, I know October I'm going out on Vegas for probably 2 to 3 days straight of just DJing for car shows. I am in my element. Like, I get to show people like I dance like I always tell people I dance like a tío. Like I always have like the elbows up and everything, and it's comfortable for me. I get to show people a part of my culture that I grew up with. I'm showing them the most beautiful part, which is just like the beauty and like the lowriders and the family part of it.
While she didn't grow up seeing many DJs who looked like her, she hopes to change that for the generations to come.
I think the advice I would give to like other women that want to be a DJ, do not be scared. I've said this so many times, wear what you want to wear, do what you want to do. As long as you try your best and just express yourself correctly, then that's how it's going to work.
While being herself has worked for her, she also credits her family's sacrifices for her success.
I can look at the crowd and they're cheering for me. It's a wild experience for me because it's like I worked so hard. Me and my family worked so hard for my name to be big, and for that happening, it's like it's a good moment for me. Me and my dad have this joke. We've been saying it a lot, but we go, "We made it, carnal."
Reporting in Phoenix, Alexis Dominguez for Arizona's Family.
And you can't celebrate Hispanic heritage without the food, the comida. We know a classic staple of any culture, of course, is the cuisine. And Phoenix's Hispanic food scene is booming. Simone Cucurulo introduces us to a man using his platform to make a difference that is quite delicious.
This is what I do right here.
Phoenix native Brian Soto.
I love to eat ever since I was a little kid.
Has always had a passion for food.
I was always known as the go-to guy for food recommendations.
So after years of verbally sharing suggestions with family and friends, in 2016, Brian decided to give his passion a purpose.
Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Junior Foodie, and this is part 1 of the Heated Soul Food Tour.
Starting Senor Foodie.
I think the food scene here in Phoenix is growing really rapidly.
Dishing out Phoenix food hotspots, keeping all 100,000 of his Instagram followers up to date on the newest establishments and some of Phoenix's best kept secrets.
I find some of the best food in those hidden gem areas.
Brian is taking AZ Family on a journey, along with the Arizona Office of Tourism, hand-selecting 3 Hispanic restaurants in Phoenix for you to add to your foodie bucket list.
These are places that I personally love, where I know the owners, I know their story, and more importantly, the food. The food I'm in love with.
There's a lot of pride. There's a lot of love.
Stop number 1 takes us here to Salvadoreno, the authentic Central American restaurant run by Yesenia Ramirez and her family.
My grandma is the one that started in El Salvador selling food.
Now they've been in business slinging pupusas for over 2 decades, not only surviving challenges like a recession, pandemic, and rising inflation.
Oftentimes, unfortunately, there's a lot of negative, there could be a negative connotation. You hear about immigrants or El Salvador, it's the first thing that usually comes up to people's minds is not always positive.
But also working tirelessly to end stereotypes and misconceptions, honoring her grandma while spreading an important message.
Through food, we're able to say, hey, you know what, we have tasty food, and maybe that's like a bridge, to like, we have more similarities than we know we have.
The next stop on Senor Foodie's list takes us here to El Cuyo Peruvian Restaurant and Bar, where the new space here on 7th Avenue is offering customers a lot more room, a brand new parking lot, so they can come and enjoy some of the delicious fan favorites like the ceviche.
I could eat this every day for the rest of my life. Like, no lie, I could eat this every day.
The ceviche, just one of the standouts on owner Jose Ramirez Ociendo's ever-changing menu.
Peruvian ceviche is more smooth, it goes slow, it builds up on your mouth, it's not as punchy.
Jose says El Cuyo's success is built on the hard work of his family, learning firsthand from the example set by his parents.
I see my mom, I see my dad working every day, so I just push myself to the limit, me and my sister, and my other 2 siblings as well.
In our culture, we kind of go straight to the hard labor.
It's a similar story for Abraham Cavillo of Que Sabe Tacos.
You gotta have the carne asada tacos. It's the best tacos in the city.
What started as street-side tacos quickly grew into a staple for many in South Phoenix.
I think a taco will make anybody happy any time of the day. You could be having a bad day, and if someone says tacos, you'll be mad at your girlfriend or your boyfriend mad at the girlfriend. She's like, we're going to tacos, and all of a sudden everything's gonna be better.
That's true.
So tacos are like the way to people's heart, So tacos are very powerful food, especially in our culture.
Que Suave featured several times on Brian's page.
One of the greatest feelings about doing content is having one of my friends message me and say, hey, thanks to you, you put me on something amazing. I would have never discovered this restaurant if it wasn't for your video.
Continuing his quest while fueling his passion.
Every day I wake up, I look forward to trying the next best thing.
Giving him purpose with people like Yesenia, Jose, and Abe in mind, knowing he has the power with his platform to pay it forward.
I think I have an obligation to give back to my community and help those small business owners prosper.
If you have ever been to a Mexican rodeo, you know just how fun they can be. Considered Mexico's oldest sport, it has evolved over the centuries, and for many, it is a celebration of Mexican heritage and pride. Alexandra Rangel tells us how one family in Somerton, Arizona, has dedicated their life to carrying out this tradition.
Charreria, Spanish for Mexican rodeo, is Mexico's national sport, and the Meyer family is making sure this sport is known across the U.S.
Rooted in tradition and culture,
Charreria revolves around 9 different skills that are demonstrated by a Mexican cowboy or charro, from horse reining to roping and bull tailing. They're all ranching skills that test a charro's expertise.
I try and work them at least 35 minutes a day. But I mean, regular exercise like a human being.
Ivan Meyer is a charro and captain of Lienzo Charro Rancho Espuelas de Oro, a team comprised of his 4 siblings, all competing in different skills.
Something I carry it deeply inside my heart, and something my father has always encouraged me to do.
His dad, Felipe Meyer, is a retired charro. Felipe immigrated to the U.S. from Zacatecas, Mexico, when he was just 16. Living far from home, charreria was a way for Felipe to hold on to his family's traditions.
It's my grandfather's. My grandfather was the one, and one of my uncles was actually charro.
He's now leaving it to his kids to continue the legacy.
New generations, I'm X generation, but really I like to see what's going to be with the new generations.
His oldest son, Adrian, is now helping lead the effort to get the community involved in the sport, holding charreria exhibitions at their ranch free of charge.
For the communities to see what charreria is.
As Adrian prepares to hold their upcoming exhibition, he hopes to see new faces join the celebration and take interest in the sport.
For me, this means that I'm able to continue my culture and expand not only myself, but help the community see what the culture is of Mexico.
Keeping their values while also making their father.
I'm very proud. I'm very proud.
In Somerton, Alexandra Rangel, Arizona's Family.
You're watching an Arizona's Family Special, celebrating Hispanic heritage. You're watching an Arizona's Family Special, celebrating Hispanic heritage.
Latino teachers in Chandler are finding joy in the classroom by sharing their heritage and providing their students something they never had themselves: the ability to see their identities, their heritage, their culture reflected in their teachers, as well as their learning materials. Alexis Dominguez spent time at Fry Elementary.
It's so important to make sure that our students, especially our Latino and Latina students, know that they're capable of achieving everything. Sandra Lubian, I've been a teacher for 4 years. I teach kindergarten. It's a little surreal to now see little me's. It's very exciting. It makes me emotional because it was hard. And now I get to make it a little easy for them. We have to eliminate the barrier for our students. And if I can play a part in that.
We do stuff in our classroom, like arts and crafts, reading books, telling stories. And I know some of the older grade levels do a little bit more kind of listening to people come in and talk, where they can ask questions about, different things. So it varies by grade level. My name is Lorena Magallanes. This is my 6th year teaching. I teach kindergarten. In the past, we've kind of seen those barriers and maybe placed them upon ourselves, but it's up to us to kind of break them down and show them that we can surpass those things and reach all of our goals. And so we try and do that here in the classroom as well, showing them that the sky is the limit, and as long as they, try their best and put in effort, they can do it.
Maybe I never saw myself seeing that, and just seeing someone else doing it maybe could encourage me to do that. My favorite part about the Heritage Month is that the good music, everybody comes together, we can celebrate having the roots. I am 11 years old and I'm in 6th grade. My family's from Mexico, specifically Durango. I want to be a nurse. I can help those that don't understand English and translate for other nurses, like the head doctors. They might not get the proper care that they need. They might not get the importance of the medicine.
I want to be an engineer. I like drawing, and it would be really fun designing people's houses. I'm in 6th grade. I'm 11 years old. My dad is from Mexico and my mom is from Guatemala.
I think they reach their fullest potential when they feel safe and they can take ownership of who they are, and it kind of gives them the leverage to keep going and pursue more things.
We hope you have enjoyed this last half hour. On behalf of the entire team here at Arizona's Family, thank you for celebrating Hispanic heritage with us. I'm Vanessa Araiza.